and welcome to episode 15 of our F1 Manager McLaren series as we're heading towards the back end of season 1, and we've got the Italian Grand Prix coming up in 2 days time, coming off the back of the Dutch Grand Prix where we took a new ERS system for both cars. Therefore Oscar and Lando started at the back of the grid, but we made good progress, especially with Lando, and managed to sneakily come away with a single point, with Lando finishing 10th. But we have now seen a big drop off in our performance compared especially to the Alpines, so points is going to be difficult for the rest of this season. But if you're new here or coming back and you're not yet subscribed, please do subscribe to the channel, like the video and get involved in the comments. And let's get underway with this episode as we head to the Italian Grand Prix in 2 days time. Firstly, we are looking at a couple of drivers. So we have a decision to make at the end of the season, and we've got 3 different options really on the board. One is to look at signing Valtteri Bottas to replace Oscar Piastri, or we replace Oscar with Pierre Gasly, or we go into the editor and upgrade some of Oscar's stats. Only slightly, we don't want to make him OP, but just to bring him in line with what he should be like in real life. So we wouldn't make him better than Lando, just making it a little bit more realistic. So they are the 3 options on the table. So do let me know in the comments which one I should plumb for. Do we sign Bottas, do we sign Gasly, or do we retain Oscar and slightly update his stats? So we've done some scouting on both Valtteri and Pierre. Let's have a look at that. So Bottas would be very open to negotiations, and as we can see in terms of his performance, he is still quite highly rated, to be fair. So he's not going to improve in the future, but he's got very good stats. Smoothness isn't great on tyres, but we're used to that really with Oscar. But the rest of the stats are very good. So definitely an option is Bottas. And if we go back also on Gasly, so Bottas has 87 overall. He's got a contract of 28 months. Salary would be around 9 million plus, and a buyout fee would be quite a lot. So that's probably a drawback there to Bottas, is his contract is very long at the moment. And so is Pierre's. So yeah, his salary is a bit better though, a lot better. He's 87 as well, so they're both rated at 87, but a big difference in the salaries and buyout fees. So I think, you know, if we were going to plumb for one of these, it looks like Pierre Gasly would be the better option. His open negotiation, he would have a little bit of development left in him at 87 rated as well. It's going to be very slow, so he's not going to get beyond that too much, but a little bit here and there. Now, something he has got in his favour is the smoothness. So he's not as good on pure pace, but he can make those tyres last a little bit better. So therefore, you can attack a little bit longer than you can with Bottas and as well Oscar. So yeah, they're the options. I think out of the 2, Pierre Gasly looks more likely just because of that buyout fee. As I say, it's 11.2 for Bottas and 6.2 for Gasly. So Gasly looks more appealing. The other option, of course, as I said, is to retain Oscar and maybe go into the editor, improve his stats just a little bit, improve his smoothness and some of his pure pace stats. But as I say, do let me know what option you think I should go with. I think realistically, Bottas is probably ruled out on that buyout. So really it's going to be going for Pierre Gasly to replace Oscar or upgrading Oscar's stats. So before we head into the Italian Grand Prix, we've got some car development reports here, and as you can see, the car is going backwards. So 17th and 19th on top speed and acceleration, so 9th or 10th fastest car in those 2 categories, and then we've really dropped down in cornering to 15th, which 15th and 16th would be the 2 cars there. So that means we're 8th fastest on the grid. So I think points are now going to be very difficult as we're fully focusing on research. There's no design work going on in this car. So yeah, might be very dull going forward to try and get those points. as we now are probably the 8th fastest car on the grid. We also have a board check-in, and they continue to have high confidence in our leadership as team principal, so that's all going well on that front. The final thing we want to do before we go into this Italian Grand Prix weekend is another research project. So the 4 areas that are going to be impacted by next year is the front wing, rear wing, suspension, and the underfloor. So the only one we've got missing at the moment is an underfloor, so we shall start another underfloor project. The CFD and wind tunnel time has not been reset as yet. It's in 3 days, but I think just to get this underway before the weekend, we may as well do that. So we're going to go increase that low speed is again. Airflow will improve with that, so will drag reduction, so I'm pretty happy with that. We'll keep it with the 1 engineer. That's going to take 43 days and will be at a cost of $1.45 million. Just reviewing our targets, I'm not going to go for Q3. I think that might be difficult. Minimum qualifying position of 14th. I think we can make that with Lando, so we'll go for that. We're not going to get the fastest lap. Finish position is not a guarantee, so that's fine. And final one, qualify 15th or higher for 2 races in a row, at least 1 driver. I think we can achieve that as well. So with those targets set in stone, I think we are just about ready to jump in to practice in the Italian Grand Prix. Oscar is out. Let's get Norris out as well, and let's hope we can hit some 100% setups very quickly in this Italian practice session. Just to get that track quantization. Hulk has had a crash. Has he hit Verstappen here, or has he just lost it? No, he's just lost it.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
And look at that. I would say, I'm pretty confident that's the first time we've achieved this season and on this live stream series of McLaren, which is 100% across the board. So 100% track acclimatization, 100% car parts knowledge, 100% seller satisfaction, giving a driver preparation of 100% for both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri. So we can do no more. We have set them up in the perfect way, and they are both at 100% ready to jump in to qualifying in Monza. And just confirmation there, Lando and Oscar both at 100% driver preparation.
Shouldn't be anyone in front that will back you up.
So Piastri currently 17th, Norris 18th. We've got to make these laps count, if not we are both out in Q1. We want to be seeing green sectors and we don't want to be held up. Busy track.
That is the checkered flag.
Luckily Monza has a lot of straight, so unless we're unlucky catching these cars other places on the track, it's looking pretty good. We've got a couple of cars that we're now coming up to. Beyond that, we should be fine. Oscar's not gone faster in the first sector though, so it looks like a struggle for Oscar at the moment. Sonoda has finished. Leclerc would expect to improve. Ricardo, so we're looking to find about half a second here, aren't we? Although Russell has finished. See what the second sector, have gone green in the second sector. So we've got traffic here. Let's hope they move out of the way as we approach. Looks like one of the Alfa Romeos there. Should be fine as we come through here. Yeah, I don't think we're held up there. But Oscar coming across the line. Does he improve? Doesn't look like we have improved. Lando's gone green. Oscar is out in Q1. Lando is through to Q2 though. Puts in a much better lap. Improving by a long way there. Let's see what Lando does on this first run. Lewis set to 120.6. Lando is quite a margin off that 8/10.
And we are boxes lap.
So we are now on a scrub set. Oh, that held us up a lot. We're not going to make the line. Oh,
okay, that is the checkered
moved
flag.
out of the way. He moved out of the way for traffic and lost about 20 seconds there. Disaster for Lando. We did leave it late, but I wanted to leave it late to get the most out of the track. Well, that's cost us. A lot of traffic in the sector 2 there where we had to move out of the way. Cost us about 20-25 seconds, which means we don't make the line. We're probably going to start 15th here because I expect Hulkenberg and Verstappen both go faster. It's Hulkenberg. No, that doesn't look like it though. So yeah, Hulkenberg's in an in-lap, so we have beat Hulkenberg, but we're expecting Max to go faster here. Let's see what Max does. Max getting through to Q3, or are we going to have a shocker here? There we go. Pops in the fastest time. The Q3, ooh, that's very interesting. Because the Red Bulls are quite low down here. So Charles Leclerc hits pole for Ferrari. Fernando Alonso getting second place. Carlos Sainz in third. Hamilton fourth. Then we've got the two Red Bulls in Verstappen and Perez. Albon with a good seventh place. Stroll, Magnussen, and then Sargent. We are fighting these Williams and Haas's for... we want to finish at least 7th. We did say we are going to be pretty comfortable on that, but these are performing well around here. We've got Ocon, Ricardo, they're taking penalties as well. So Lando, if these are 10 places, Lando could be starting in 10th position. Few penalties on the grid, that's bumped Lando up to 10th, Oscar in 15th. We're going for a two-stopper on both using the same compounds in running on one set of hards and 2 sets of softs. However, it's split strategy in terms of Oscar's starting on the softs and Lando's starting on the hards. So with that, I think we're ready to jump in to the Italian Grand Prix in Monza. Here we go then. 4 lights, 5.
And it's lights out, and away we go.
And we're underway in Monza. Let's see what we can do. Lando losing a position early on there. We have got the 2 Red Bulls though who have taken penalties, so we're not fighting them of course. If you don't play the game, the AI do set off pretty boisterous on this game. They do run their tyres on attack and their fuel, so we'll see how it goes. As Sergio moves past Norris, as I say, we are expecting those Red Bulls to get faster, so not too much of a problem there.
The points in touching distance now.
Use overtake.
Copy.
Got DRS, but it's just not effective enough. Come on, Oscar, get this done. Should have inside now. Surely Oscar's got this done. Yes, we have. Nice. Oscar can just push a little bit. Looks like Tsunoda's going to make this move on us now. Similar to Oscar. There's not much more we can do there. We're in a different phase of the Grand Prix to these guys, so, you know, 2 tyre steps down.
Now we're approaching turn 2.
We go where most of the overtakes are going to take place today. Lando getting Yuki back. As we can see, Oscar's in the mix as well there.
Thank you very much.
Let's go back to our race, see if Lando can get Logan Sargent. Looking pretty good here. We've got a good run out of here. We should have a good toe now down the start-finish line. Start-finish straight. Let's have a look here. DRS. DRS enabled now. Should be pretty comfortable, we say. Lando going to make this one stick. Hopefully, because we'll have a good little buffer now to Albon, and this is good for Lando now. He's got good space to now push 5 seconds up the road to Alex. This is the first time I've come into a race weekend with our pit crew completely well rested. Chance of mistake was very, very the lowest it's probably ever been, and we've probably done our worst pit stop ever. Isn't that bloody fantastic?
Piastri's team standing by.
I think it was the front right, which was slow. Couldn't get it off.
That moment right
Or
there.
a Valtteri Bottas wheel, as we call it in the business. So that has, yeah, that's not great for Oscar. That's maybe he's pretty done for after that. That's a loss of probably, well, 6 seconds or so.
Possibly Ocon's part of that.
Ocon's crashed here into Yuki, is it?
Here we go, heading into turn 1. Pushing a bit
Making
too
the
hard at this
overtake.
point.
Yeah,
Ooh,
sloppy.
That's quite an impact between them. An unfortunate moment, yes, but as any driver...
Is Ocon just going to sit there for a while? Can't get down to him at the moment. Looks like he did sit on that corner for a while, so Ocon... And he's lost a front wing end plate as well, so he's going to be struggling. He's probably going to have to pit. That might be one position gain for Oscar at least. Hulkenberg's pitting. Let's have a look here. We should have Hulkenberg. You can see Oscar just in the background there. Well, no, actually, yeah, just about. They'll have a tyre advantage, a few more laps on our tyres. Noda's in the pits, Bottas in the pits. Let's see where Piastri filters out of this now. Hulkenberg's closed the gap on him as well. As I say, we're certainly seeing the pace in our McLaren is not there now. We've stopped developing it. Noda's out now. Piastri's not going to get Tsunoda, is he? And Hulkenberg's going to get Piastri. So we've jumped Bottas and Joe. But we've lost out to Hulkenberg. Will be pretty shot as Piastri
see what happens.
has got Hulk.
Now there's the car of
Hulkenberg
Piastri.
looks to get stuck behind Tsunoda. Nowhere to go there. Game glitching out again. Seen that twice now.
16th place now.
We're back up to 16th, but Hulkenberg's definitely quicker. I think it's just Tsunoda's come out slow on those cold tyres, just holding us both up. Perez and Sainz do now pit. We need Russell to get out of the way as well. Hopefully he's going to pit this lap, and K-Mag, who's a little bit more up the road. Have a look. Yeah, K-Mag coming in. Is George as well. Be quite nice if he does, because it'll release us with some DRS. Can we get this done? Should have this now with the DRS. There we go, Oscar through into 15th, but I think that's going to chop and change quite a bit between those guys. Alonso and Verstappen pitting now. Norris going to jump these as well. Is Norris going to lead the race for the first time this season? He is indeed. That's nice for us. It's not true in terms of our pure pace, because we've just run so long on these hard tyres, but hopefully no pit stop issue here. We need this to be clean for Lando. .7, we'll take that.
Could be close to cars at exit.
As long as there's no issue, that's the main thing for us. So it looks like Russell and Albon are going to clear us, but we should then have a gap. Gasly. We're pretty close with Albon here. So it's just Sargent who hasn't pitted, and we were running a net 11th, so we've come out where we were, but going very long that first stint, so I think that's worked out quite well for us, to be fair. We just let this run out. Hulkenberg overtakes Piastri again. As I say, I'm expecting this to be duked out a bit between Piastri, Hulkenberg and Tsunoda.
There's the opening.
But no, now this Haas has passed us. He should be pulling away, really. That Haas has really developed well the last few races. That might be the last we see of Hulkenberg. Let's see. Norris has got Albon.
Look at the McLaren.
We weren't expecting to close that quickly. Completely missed that. But we'll take it indeed as Lando gets straight past Albon. So these guys on the hards now.
And the McLaren there with a beautiful.
And we're 2 steps softer on our soft tyres. But I think we are going to take an additional stop. So we probably need to be getting George Russell. And we need to be getting down the road effectively. We need to build a nice gap, which we can then close it again. Right, we're going to give Lando everything he needs here. But look at the difference here in the grip. Smart not to make the move here. We're going to give Russell a chance to get us back, but this should be easy work now. We'll actually put him into harvest now, coming into that first corner.
And recharge on.
Is that a double move from George there? Lando's not going for it. This is poor from Lando. That's really poor from Lando. Needed to take that.
Just recharge off.
Yep.
Well, the grip is superior. Can we get a move down here, which should be very good indeed? Is he going to send it? He is indeed. Oh, it's hard to stick out there. We're going to be outside around here as well. Lando's not giving up though. The grip so much better on these softs. Come on, Lando. Get it done. We are going to sacrifice giving DRS to George here though, and he is going to be very close, so he might have a chance to take us straight back. Looking very punchy indeed. We won't see the replay because we just saw that in real time. Just need to hold this now. And we do. That's good. We'll keep Lando as he is on that at the moment. Piastri's actually pulled a 1.7 gap on Tsunoda, so he's looking pretty safe in 15th now.
Key thing is
but again, he is going to pit again. That
keep the tyre in good shape.
Pit spell disaster because it's a long way back we've got to come with Oscar, but we are going to be on some nice softs for both drivers at the end here. Piastri, well, I thought it might have been the last of Hulkenberg, but it's not.
Car of Piastri.
Oscar says no, I'm ready for this fight, and he takes him back yet again.
And Oscar Piastri climbs higher.
Oscar up to 15th. Won't be surprised to see Hulkenberg take it back. We're not going to stay focused on that fight, really. We're just concentrating on Lando, really, at the moment. And as we say that, Hulkenberg does indeed.
Now with the Haas.
Get Oscar back.
The opportunity begging to be taken.
Looks like he had it done before we get to the first corner here. He does.
And the Haas.
Another yellow flag. Crash.
People are hitting the walls.
Other people are hitting the walls. Oh, and, well, I won't say anything about who it is.
As they get through the Variante della Roggia.
What's happened to Sargent? It's fresh
The car
tyres.
makes contact.
And he'll still be in the race.
Way to put a dampener on your weekend.
I mean, that's one thing they need to change in the next game is an impact like that.
And just like that,
would be see you later.
The teams start to dwindle.
Anyway, Logan Sargent, that's probably, we've got another yellow flag. Momentarily, that's cleared. Oh, Hulkenberg. He's now 1.5 off Oscar, so that's nice for Oscar.
We're taking turn 6.
And it gives us an overtake. Oh, see you later.
Just running wide. That won't do the floor of the car.
Nico taking the scenic route. Being very close. Is he going to take him here? Come on, Lando. That's what we need. Some aggression. If we can get one of them, we should be able to get both. Stroll wants to keep it in there, though. Both got DRS on Magnussen. We're going to get jammed behind Magnussen, though. And that's going to cost us. Stroll takes both in one sweeping corner there. Lando needs to get one of these. Now, can Lando get a move done here?
Overtaking is very difficult.
Stroll is back behind both of us, so that hasn't lasted too long for him. Right, we need to not be stuck behind K-Mag. If Stroll gets stuck behind his gearbox, that would be lovely. Come on. Ah, this is not what we wanted. We don't want these guys fighting because it's costing us. Right, Lando's clear now, hopefully, of Stroll. Is he sending one down here as well? He is. That's what we did earlier on George Russell. Can we repeat it? Can indeed. Right, that's what we need to do. Took us a few more corners than we wanted, but all in all, it's not been too bad. Astri in the pit. We've got a yellow flag. It's 2.8 seconds stop. Another car's ran wide. Oh, it's Hulkenberg. That's good again for Piastri in his fight.
Turn, the Rettifilo chicane. The wheels just locked
He's
up
probably
there.
had to stop
Just
there for a while as
unable to
well.
control the car by that point.
Well, we've got an Alpine coming through now as well, haven't we? There. The Piastri, as we said, is out in 19th. And he's got leaders behind him, so he's going to have to move over. Oh dear. Oh dear. So Lando, got to have a good stop here. 2.7, we take that. Another yellow flag. Oh, please don't be a safety car after we just... Oh,
There's a yellow flag now.
that will be highly annoying. K-Mag and Stroll. They had just a little love tap as well. Have indeed. Very sloppy again. That could be good for Lando though. Right, so Lando is coming out here in 12th.
Let's
Have a
take a look
replay
at
of
the
that one.
replay. Here at the last turn, the curver Alboreto. The opportunity's there.
Good strong move from Lando though. We need to get these done early. As you can see,
Lando
we can
says,
already
well,
see the next target in Alex Albon and that point. So I think a point is definitely on for Lando again. As Piastri gets Bottas.
Let's have a look at the action. It's all at the final corner. It's there for the taking.
As we looks like we're going to follow through the race leaders and Bottas has to move out of the way. That's a bit like following an ambulance in an emergency, isn't it? As Norris, it's getting very feisty indeed. We shall have that one. And there we go, up into 10th. How far can he get? Got 7 seconds now on George. Come on, Oscar, get it done. There we go, Oscar. Fighting for an almighty 17th place. He's got 16 seconds to gain in 6 laps on Tsunoda.
Let's take a closer.
Coming down that quick though. Oh, Russell's DRS on Magnussen. We said about Magnussen's tyres, which are now down to 34%. And Magnussen is our next target. We should get K-Mag. His tyres are going to really start to suffer. He's going to get a nice run off here. Are we going to get this done before the final corner? I would prefer him just to stick it here, because Magnus has not got DRS on George. We can get DRS off this corner, which we're not going to do because we're going to get... Did we get it before the detection zone? We did. We got it after the detection zone, sorry. So we still get the helping of DRS.
Now we can see what happened.
I think the detection line is here, isn't it?
It's certainly inviting.
Lovely jubbly. This 2-stop's working well now for Lando, as these are really struggling on their tyres. K-Mag's down to 30%. Russell's got a bit more tyre life, to be fair. Stroll isn't too far up the road either. What can Lando do here? 3 laps to go.
Can use
Let's give him some deployment. Piastri is within 8 seconds out of Hulkenberg, so that's somewhat changed, although it was Tsunoda previously. But we have got to focus on this. I believe Sky have an exclusive deal in their UK contract. Oh, hold on. There's Lando. Says thank you very much. A pace on these softs, as we say, if you can get a nice set of fresh softs on at the end of your race in this game, that's a thing of beauty.
Right then.
But here we go. Lando for a mega 7th place. Such good pace, Lando. We're going to get this done. What a drive from Lando as we move up into 7th place.
So this is what happened. They decided
Had such
to give
good
it a
pace
go.
at the end, and look at this. Straight onto Stroll, and the job is done, and Lando is up to 7th place.
Up that takes them to 7th place.
We have nailed the strategy. That long run on the hards really helped early on. Well, it looks like Lando's going to come across the line in 7th. The Alpines are not scoring points again, which is absolutely brilliant for us. Lando with a mega drive, finishing 7th in Monza with the fastest lap, bagging us points that we didn't think were on the menu. That is indeed a remarkable drive from Lando. As I say, this car is probably 8th on the grid as it is at the moment, so yeah, to get points, as I say, I think 10th was maybe on the cards, but 7th, certainly not. So here we go, full race results, and look at this rocket ship of a Red Bull. They took 10 place grid penalties, but still finished 1-2, Max Verstappen first, Sergio Perez second, Charles Leclerc starting on pole, and disappointing the Tifosi to only finish third, but at least he gets a podium. Fernando Alonso fourth, Lewis Hamilton fifth, Carlos Sainz down 3 places to 6th, Lando Norris up 3, started 10th, and that was only because grid penalties, because we did get knocked out in Q2, but still mega job from Lando, up 3 places and the fastest lap. So he takes the 6 points for 7th place and the point for the fastest lap to give us 7 more points. Lance Stroll finishes 8th. George Russell finishes where he started 9th. A-Mag down 3 in 10th, but still getting Haas another point. So they've got a good little points run going across the last few Grand Prix. And down the bottom here, Oscar, as I say, I think actually the stint that we did with Lando running longer on the hards, just how it worked on Monza, a lot of traffic getting stuck in there, running longer on that first stint really helped. So Oscar actually pitting first didn't help, but also he had an 8-second stop, so he lost 6 seconds, and he was about behind that on these guys towards the end. So 14th maybe would have been on the cards, and that's where we kind of expect him to finish at the moment. So again, not too disappointed with his race. And that leaves the driver championship as this, Max running away with it. Not too many races left now, about 8 races left, so he's pretty much nailed on to win the championship. Charles Leclerc is still in 2nd, but only by 14 points. Sergio Perez gaining on him in 3rd. Carlos Sainz in 4th. Alonso 5th. Stroll 5th. Lewis Hamilton 7th, extending the gap on his teammate Russell. Lando 9th, which is now a 22-point gap, to Esteban Ocon. So we are expecting these, we keep saying it every episode, we're expecting these Alpines to jump us, but it's not happening so far. So maybe Lando can finish 9th in the Drivers' Championship. I think he can definitely finish 10th because Gasly is only on 11th, so I don't think Gasly is getting 39 points between now and the end of the season. But you've got the 2 Alpines there, 10th and 11th, then K-Mag grabbing all the points for Haas at the moment on a good points run, and then Albon, the rest yet to score points. So Red Bull, again, they're firing away. Look like they're going to easily win this Constructors, 612 points, followed by Ferrari, who are easily out in 2nd place, and then a good gap Aston Martin have on Mercedes. So we expect that top 4 to finish that way. We gain another 7 on Alpine. As I say, we keep saying it every episode, we expect Alpine to jump us because we're not developing this car anymore, and Alpine should really be getting more points than us. So I probably still expect them to jump us in the Constructors because Oscar's probably not going to score a point all season. So, yeah, they're going to jump us, but our season objective from the board is 7th, so we should at least finish 6th. So that's nailed in the board. You know, Haas are not going to gain 46 points on us. But Haas gaining another point in their fight with Williams. So it looks like Haas at the moment are going to finish 7th. So it'll be interesting to see where this one ends up. And AlphaTauri, Alfa Romeo yet to score a point. Unless we have a race with a few tricky conditions and safety cars, it looks like these two are not going to score a point all season. And that brings episode 15 in Monza to a close, and a really enjoyable race and above expectations. Really weren't expecting Lando to get that amount of points and finish in 7th, so a brilliant drive from him. I'm not expecting us, and I say this all the time though, so we weren't expecting this 7th, but I'm not expecting us to repeat that anytime soon until next season. But we enjoy it while we can. Great points from Lando. Oscar, a bit more of a tricky race. That pit stop really did for him, but we'll see what we can do in the next one. As always, if you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel, like the video, and get involved in the comments, and we'll be back with episode 16 very soon.